Hello and welcome to an art time-lapse video. In this video I'll be drawing my final entry for the DracoStryx Wraith's Lament event. This drawing features the Wraith, which is a huge, enormous, giant Strix that is corrupted and is mad, and I don't think she's evil, per se. I think she's just misunderstood. But, in any case, the prompt was that you have to draw your Strix, confronting the Wraith in some way, either fighting them, or maybe even just running away, or whatever. It just has to have the Wraith into your Strix, so... Part of the requirements for this artwork from the DracoStryx team was that it has to be some of your best work. It has to have like your full effort and all that good stuff. So it has to be a fully colored and shaded, and it has to be a full body of your Strix, I believe. And all these different requirements that I think I fulfilled. This image took around maybe 6.5 hours to do. Which is kind of up there with the Koi Mermaid drawing that I did, which took about 6 hours. So this took a little bit longer. For some reason, even though it has less characters, but I guess I just did a lot more effort. Or something. I don't know. But I'm done drawing it now, so it doesn't really matter how long it took. It was fun. I did do this sketch maybe a week or two before I actually finished it, lined it and everything. I did a lot of it yesterday and over the weekend. Well, not yesterday. Yeah, I did some of it yesterday because I was off from work. Speaking of work, I actually quit my job because I wasn't feeling that good about it. I wasn't performing well, and it just wasn't working out. I really liked the work in a way, but there were too many requirements, and I just wasn't really performing up to their standards, and their standards are crazy high though, so it's not just on me, but so I'm looking for a new job. Hopefully a part-time one, because I want to spend more time doing art and working on starting up a freelance career rather than having to slave away at some minimum wage retail job. Ugh. No offense to those of you working retail minimum wage, but you know what I'm talking about. With anxiety, it makes it worse because you're scared of everybody in the store. You're scared that they're gonna get mad at you or something stupid like that, so I try to avoid as much human interaction as I can, especially with people I don't know. So, in a job that requires you to spend a lot of time with other people, it's kind of hard. I wouldn't say I'm antisocial because I love socializing, but I just really don't like talking to people I don't really know. That's why I don't have very many friends, because I don't talk to people. So, but yeah. Like this video if you also do not have any friends. No, don't do that. Well, you can like the video if you want to, but if you don't have any friends, I hope that you find friendship in the near future. Because friends are really good, and they help you. If they're true friends, if they're not true friends, then they don't really care about you, but if you can find some really good friends, then you'll be set for life. So I had trouble drawing this background, like I always do, because I can't draw backgrounds very well. But as you can see, I'm trying to draw like some kind of perspective thing, but without the perspective rulers. So it just looks really weird. And I just kind of flub it, mess it up. It doesn't look right. So I do eventually get rid of it, so don't worry. It's just I wish it could have worked out, because this image probably would have looked way cooler with a bunch of buildings around. Like the Wraith was gonna destroy them. It would have added more, given more scale to the Wraith too, than what I actually ended up doing. I wanted to mention that I am open for commissions, like I said in a few videos ago, but now it's more true than ever now that I quit my job again. But so I'm like constantly looking for work, because I've never really done a commission before. I've done one for a friend. It was really cheap. I think I undercharged, but they were my friend and I'm not too offended about it, because I chose to charge that much. But in the future I know better now. But yeah, if you need somebody to draw your dragon or your dinosaur or your furry, whatever, I don't care. I'll draw it. You can hit me up on Paper Demon if you're on there, or DeviantArt, or you can always find me on Discord. My links will be in the description. Or if you just want to donate because you like my art, or you like me, or something. I don't know why you donate, to be honest. But if you want to, there's always a link to my, to buy me a coffee on Ko-Fi. I don't know how you say it. I don't know if it's just said coffee or Ko-Fi or whatever, but you can buy me a coffee. I don't drink coffee though, so I'll spend it on something else. Because with that $3 coffee, I can buy like a 48 pack of water. So I'd rather drink that than coffee any day, really, to be honest. But that's just my personal taste, and if you like coffee, don't let my opinion hurt you, because your opinion is valid too. I want to eventually reopen my Patreon, because I think it would be good. But I'm not 100% sold on Patreon. I donate to a few people. I donate to Paper Demon, I donate to Snake Discovery, and I donate to another friend called Lady K, or D, whatever she wants to be known as. But I donate to all of them on Patreon, and I like it in that regard that I can support my friends and people whose content I really like. And it's easy, and I don't have to worry about it really. So I think it'd be cool to get it set up one day to work for me. I used to run one when I was like way younger, like 18 or 17. And I would just post Minecraft skins that I made on there. I would take like fancy screenshots with them. And I would make up a cool description and all this fun stuff, but I never got any patrons except for my dad. So I think I blocked him or something after a while. I was like, I'm not gonna accept money from him anymore. Even though he wasn't really giving me any money because I set my Patreon to only take money from my patrons whenever I uploaded something. So I got maybe like $6 from him or something. So if I ever make a Patreon, you'll hear about it here, and I'll try not to be annoying about it because I don't know, I don't want to annoy people. But I also need to make money to support myself. So these runes and stuff that I just drew, they were directly copied from the Wraith's import. So I didn't come up with them because I'm not very creative in that regard, but yeah, just in case you were thinking I was just coming up with stuff, I was not. I just copied it. But it doesn't really matter because I was copying the design anyway from the import. Here I am still trying to make these buildings work, but I think like right after I drew that line there, I was like, nah, it ain't gonna work. Yeah, I just get rid of it all. Like, whatever, it's not gonna work. I had plans to like cover it all with fog anyway, so it didn't really matter how like well it turned out, but at the same time I didn't really want it to look like crap. I did include a drawing of the palace, if it's just a silhouette or whatever, but I think adding the palace like kind of adds something to the picture. It adds balance or something. Like if that was just a big empty spot, it would probably look weird, but yeah, here I am adding the fog. That would have covered up the buildings anyway, so I really like how this lightning turned out. I think it looks very lightning-esque. Because I had to look up a reference. And I'm glad I did because it turned out well, I think. Here I am laying down some flat colors, just trying to get an idea of what I want to do. And I went with the orange and purple look because I love orange and purple. They're one of my favorite color combinations. It starts to look better in the end, so don't worry if you're looking at it and you're like, man, this looks bad, because I am right now too. But I like remember, oh, I actually finished it, so it doesn't look bad anymore. I need to learn more about depth of field and stuff like that, because I just don't know how to do it. I want to learn how to digitally paint and like make things look really cool. I think that'd be a good idea if I want to be a freelance illustrator, because I feel like that's a desired style. Is kind of like realistic, but not really. Kind of stylized realistic or whatever. Like right now, I don't think my art style is very desirable. I think it's fine. I like it, but I don't think it's like something people seek out to buy, you know. But I don't know. It's just that I've never had any customers before, so I don't really know what the people want. TBH. I think I did a good job coloring in this fog in the end. I think it looks very cloudy, very poofy, but also very ominous and eerie. Even though it's a really dark image, in the end after I add all the shading, I did not submit it to be counted as Rocky's biorhythm, which is nighttime. Because if you draw your Strix in like their correct time of day that they would be active, like Rocky's is nighttime because he's nocturnal, but some of them are crepuscular, which means that they come out during the day. So even though this looks like nighttime in a way, it's not. It doesn't have like enough indicators to show that it's nighttime, except for it being like dark, but there's no stars or moon in the sky, so it didn't really count, so I didn't submit it for that. because the I don't know what I did just there. I got kind of bored, I guess. It's like, what would it look like if I did this? But it looks like crap. Like, what did I expect? But like the story for the Wraith's Lament that we've been following to get ideas for the prompts and stuff, in the Wraith's like showdown thing, it's supposed to be taking place during the day, and it's just that there's like a weird solar eclipse going on that's making everything red. Like it's supposed to be spooky scary. So as with most of my art, I think the shading in the end really brings it all together. I like the red shading on the building. It makes it feel really, like, scary, I guess. Imposing, threatening, intimidating. Those kinds of words. This would make a good, like, Halloween kind of piece, I guess. Because of how spooky scary it is. Or it's supposed to be. I tried to use the shading to push the Wraith back. And I think it worked okay. It's not the best, but it's what I could do. I like how the prompts can be interpreted in different ways, because a lot of people are actually drawing their Strixes fighting the Wraith, like if they have like a really big or flying Strix. But my Strix, he's stuck on the ground, and he's a little guy. So my poor Rocky, he can't really fight the Strix that well. So I kind of depicted them just standing in awe, being like, oh crap, what are we gonna do? And they're about to turn and run away, probably. Because there's really nothing they can do. They could probably outwit the Wraith, but I'm not sure how they would do that exactly. I guess that's up for them to figure it out. I really liked my use of rim lighting. I'm a really big fan of rim lighting, like colored rim lighting. I think it looks really good. So I tried to use it sparingly and only in places where it would make sense. But I don't know. I think it turned out fine. I'm really quite proud of how this turned out. I think it is a good finale for my Wraith's Lament series that I've been doing. And just coloring up the line art to get it looking a little softer. So, yeah, that was a long video. hope you enjoyed it. If you stuck around this long, thank you. You're helping me get more views, I guess, in a way. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.